welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And also, follow me on Instagram or Twitter and let me know what y'all want to see, what story times y'all want to hear. And I got y'all. So as you guys can see by the title, today I will be giving you guys a story time about the time I woke up inside of the hospital and had no recollection of what happened to me. In this video, I will insert graphic images of myself when I woke up, and this takes a lot of courage because nobody wants people to see them in that state, Nobody wants that, but because I'm so transparent and because I learned a valuable lesson, I feel like, well, what better way to go through something and learn a lesson and make a difference than to make a video about it and hopefully help somebody else. Stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and let me know what you guys think in the comments. So right after I healed from the coronavirus, I was really ready to be up and out. I was ready to see my friends, see my loved ones, have a drink, and just feel like myself again because I went a month without feeling like myself. I just felt so down, so blah, so sick. And then the fear of if you're gonna die or not, I was just ready to celebrate being alive and making it through that rough time. And that's what I attempted to do. So sometime around May, we still were in a pandemic. Everything was closed. Nothing was open. I was hanging out with some friends and seeing people and chilling with people and stuff like that. Now, this one particular night, one of my friends, she reached out to me and asked me, did I want to hang out? Did I want to see her? She missed me, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, sure. We had some, have a drink, talk, whatever the case may be. Now, again, it was a pandemic. So no, I didn't expect us to go anywhere. I thought we was going to either come, she was going to come here. We was going to go to her house, go to another friend's house, chill in the car, whatever the case may be. But I knew we wasn't going to be like out. So once she came to pick me up, we went to a mutual friend's house and we stayed in the car. We were just chilling. We was talking. And then we ended up drinking some Hennessy. So I drink dark liquor. So, when I'm drinking Hennessy, I feel like I got it in a bag. I feel like I'm going to be good because that's my drink of choice. That's what I drink. Whatever Hennessy bring, I feel like I can take. So I didn't consider the fact that I just got over an airborne virus and that my system may not be as strong as it was prior to having the virus. I didn't consider that. I just knew I wanted to drink, talk, and just feel like myself again. So as the conversation is going, the drinks is rolling, and we just drinking, laughing, talking, catching up, whatever the case may be. So once the night was getting to an end, our mutual friend, she went inside of her home. And then my friend, she brought me home. Now, when she brought me home, I don't remember her bringing me home. I don't remember her helping me upstairs. But she did tell me she helped me upstairs. And because we viewed the cameras in my building and outside of my building, it was able to be confirmed that she did bring me upstairs. So we both just looked like we was drunk as hell. She brought me upstairs to my place. And she was inside for maybe 2 minutes, if that. And then she ran out. So me being intoxicated, because I don't know why I ran after her, but I ran after her. And then she brought me back upstairs into my place. And then the same thing happened. She ran out and then I ran out. Now, at the time of seeing us running out after each other, I did not know why that was occurring. But when I spoke to her, she did say because she was double parked and she was trying to get back to her car. The last time she ran out and I ran out after her, by the time I got downstairs, she was already gone. So I took the steps, which is kind of weird. I took the steps to catch her. Maybe because the elevator was on the first floor and I didn't feel like waiting for it to get to the 5th. So I just took the steps. But by the time I got down there, she was already gone. So when I went outside of the main entrance, I locked myself out because I didn't have any keys. I didn't even have shoes on. I had just my outfit on and then socks. I locked myself out of the building. So I sat in front of my building and put my head down. I'm just sitting there, my head is down. Somebody comes up to me and we're having a bit of a conversation. Do I know this person? No. Have I seen this person before? No. Is this person the one that did the things to me? I do not know. We're having a conversation and then we walk out of camera's view. So after that, whatever happened, nobody knows. I don't know. No footage of anything else because we're not in the circumference of my building or the cameras around the building. So let's just go right into the part when I woke up, because that's the next thing that I can consciously remember and walk through. I'm laying on my back. I open my eyes, and when I first open my eyes, I hear a bunch of beeping noises. Now, you know, in the hospital, there's just always something beeping because there's so many machines in the hospital. You just hear a whole bunch of beeping. So when I first opened my eyes, that's what I heard. So I'm like, maybe I'm still asleep. Let me close my eyes again. So I closed my eyes for a few more seconds, and then I opened them again, and no, I was literally in a hospital. So I'm looking around. I'm feeling around in the bed to see if I have my phone or anything like that. I didn't feel anything in the bed, but I just feel a whole bunch of stuff attached to me. So I'm like, what the hell? So when I actually look down at my body, it's like patches all over my chest. I have an IV in my hand. I have an IV in my arm. I have something wrapped around my finger. So I immediately just started panicking. I pulled everything off of me. I pulled the IVs out of my arm and my hand. I pulled the patches off of my chest. And then I just jumped up and I just started screaming. Like, I'm asking, what happened to me? Why am I here? Who brought me here? Can somebody tell me something? And at this time, I don't know if I'm remembering right, which I think I am, but I just felt so like alone. Like everybody just was walking past me. Like I just feel like everybody just, like I was talking, but nobody can hear me. Like I just felt like I was a ghost or something. Like I only existed to me. That's what I felt like at the time. But then I remember seeing a black man, a doctor. I remember he had on like blue scrubs and he had like a bald head. So I'm screaming and I'm asking him, where's the bathroom? So he points to the bathroom for me, and then I run in the bathroom. Now I ran in the bathroom because anytime I have a moment like that, or if I have a night where I got drunk and don't really remember what happened, the first thing I want to do is to make sure that I was not raped. I want to feel in my private areas. I want to make sure, you know, everything down there is well and good. I want to just make sure, you know, I'm okay. So looking at my face, looking at my hands, looking at everything else really wasn't important at that moment of uncertainty. I just wanted to just make sure I was certain about one thing, and that was that I wasn't raped. So when I went inside of the bathroom, I remember pulling the hospital gown up, and I know for a fact the night prior I had on purple underwear, but now when I pulled the hospital gown up, I don't have one of those purple underwear. I have one like these like a cloth, like it was shaped like, it was like in the shape of underwear, but those weren't panties. Like you can't go in the store and buy that. You just can't. It looked like somebody made that. So I had that on, and then I had on a pad. Now, the pad was like the pad that you get after you give birth, and it was one of those thick, long pads. So I'm like, what the fuck? And on the pad there was blood. So that was really alarming to me, because now I'm like, why am I bleeding like this? Like, why am I bleeding? I was just genuinely confused. So I felt on my private areas, and I wasn't sore or anything like that. Now my stomach was very, very sore. My stomach was hurting so bad, and I had like bruises on my stomach, but my private areas weren't like sore at all. I didn't feel like they were altered. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I turns the light on to really get a better view, but as I'm putting my head up, I look in the mirror and I see my face. That's what I saw when I looked in the mirror. So now I'm just like, what the fuck happened to me? So I immediately ran out of the bathroom again. Now this time when I stepped on my right foot, I kind of like tipped over a little bit, because at the time I didn't know, but the doctor told me that my right pinky toe was fractured. So as I'm trying to run out, I stepped on it, and you know, like I put pressure on it, and then that's what caused me to tip over a little bit. So now when I run outside of the bathroom, I'm screaming again, but this time I'm screaming for a phone. So now I see the black man, the doctor. He's trying to calm me down, and he's like, you know, can you please calm down? I want to tell you how you got here, what happened. So at this time, how do you just expect somebody to be calm? How do you, especially a black woman who wakes up in the hospital, don't know where they were, don't know where they were found, don't know what happened to them. I'm hemorrhaging. My face is completely, I don't even look like myself. My face is completely messed up. I have a fractured toe. My elbows, my knees are all scraped up. My face is scraped up. Like, how do you expect me to be calm? Like, how do you expect me to be calm? And I feel like usually us black women, we're always so expected to be strong. Like, we're, no matter what comes our way, we expect it to beat the odds and remain strong. And I feel like at that time, and uncertainty and not knowing and just fear, I didn't have that in me. I couldn't be that. I was very vulnerable and I just couldn't be that. So now he's telling me, he's like, we got a call at 3:30 in the morning that you were laid out on the street and you were unconscious. He said once the paramedics got to me, I was unconscious and it took them about 2 minutes to find a pulse. And it probably happened that way because I was intoxicated. So being intoxicated plus being unconscious, it took them a minute to find a consistent pulse. So once he said that, I'm just like, what? So at this time, I just can't face this news like alone. Like, I need somebody there. Like, I need some strength. And it's not going to come from me. It's going to come from my one and only, my mom. So I'm asking for the phone. They point me in a direction to the phone. I immediately call my mom, and I don't remember the tone of my voice. I don't remember how I said it to her, but I know I did tell her I was in the hospital. I don't even remember telling my mom what hospital I was in, and I'm being so honest. And I just remember her being so mellow and just so calm. And, you know, I don't even remember what she said to me. I just remember hearing her voice and her just being so mellow and just so calm. So after I got off the phone with my mom, I made another phone call. And literally by the time I got off that phone call, which didn't last too long, I remember my mom being there. Like, I remember her saying my name. And they don't know who Emia is because I was in the hospital as Jane Doe. Because I didn't have no identity when they found me. I didn't have anything on me. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have no ID. I didn't have anything. So they put me under Jane Doe. So the only thing that they knew was that I was a female, and then they gave me an approximate age. They were close, but they didn't like have my exact age. When my mom got there, and when I heard her voice, I just felt so safe. Like, I just felt like a sense of comfort overcame me. You know, I felt like, wow, like I could just be vulnerable. I could just breathe. You know, I just didn't feel like I had to have my shoulders up and just be looking out and just being scared. You know, I felt like now I could really face this and really, you know, come forth with what I'm feeling, and internally and externally. And so once my mom got there, you know, she wanted to know what happened. I don't ever remember her being, mad or irate. I don't know, and if that moment she was afraid too, or if she just was so happy and just grateful that I was alive. But I just don't remember her being like upset or anything like that. So I just remember her giving me everything that I needed at that time, which was love, which was support and reassurance. And, you know, that's what I needed. Like, I didn't need anybody down my back. Oh, you should never got that drunk. Oh, you should never been with such and such. Oh, you should have stayed in the house. I didn't really need that. Like, sometimes you don't need to be critiqued all the time. You just need some love. You just need a hug. You just need a shoulder. And that's just, at the time, that's what I needed. And everybody who came to see me, that's what they gave. So now my mom is asking, you know, her first thing is, did y'all give my child a rape kit? Because we want to know if I was raped. So the doctor is saying that they don't give rape kits at that hospital. So, you know, after talking to the doctors and stuff, my mom took me straight to another hospital. At this time, y'all, you know, I was just so drained. I was so hurt. Like, I was hurt physically, but my spirit was just so hurt. I was just so confused. You know, like, how could this happen to me? Like, what, like, really, how? Like, who wanted to kill me that bad? Because the way the doctor explained it to me is like somebody really tried to kill me. So, you know, I just was like so confused, and I just was so lost, and I just wanted to know, did I deserve this? What did I do to really, like, what did I do to deserve this? But then another part of me just was grateful, because I could have woke up in somebody's trunk. I could have been kidnapped. I could have been dead. You know, I could have been paralyzed. So many different outcomes. I could have got hit by a car. I could have got raped. It just could have been so many different outcomes. But no, Spirit led me to the hospital. and I was able to talk, walk, breathe on my own. So, part of me was grateful. A majority of me was grateful for that. But it's still a part of me that was really, really hurt and really afraid. So once I got to the other hospital, they did reassure me that I have not been raped, which was a blessing. Thank you, Spirit, for that. When I got home, I just remember my door being open and people being in here. So now I remember my super showing my mom his phone, and like I guess that was he was showing the video footage at the time. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, how the hell do he know like, how is he here already? How is my family here already, like from New York? How did all of this happen? It just felt like everything happened so fast. So the super is telling me, like your sister called. Mind y'all, my sister's all the way in Florida. So I'm like, my sister don't even know where I live at. My sister didn't know my address at the time. But she was able to get in touch with my super. He was able to be here. He looked at my apartment to make sure everything was good, that it hadn't been raided or, messed up. My family from New York came, like stopped everything they was doing to come and just give me that love, give me that support, and just to make sure I was good. And in that moment, I just felt like so cared for. I felt like I was loved, and I felt like, while it really would make a difference if something happened to me. Once we saw the videos and stuff like that, I can tell that my mom was really, really, really hurt. She was very, very hurt. She was really quiet. And if you know Miss V, sis ain't quiet. Sis do not be quiet. I'm her, but she's just at times too. She was very, very hurt. She couldn't sleep for a very, very, very long time. And I can resonate. I can definitely understand. I can definitely understand. But at the time that I needed her, she was there. And once everybody left and it just was me here in my home alone, only thing I could do was cry. Like, that's the only thing I could do. So many different feelings. I was crying because I was grateful. I was crying because I was hurt. I was crying because my face was ugly. I was crying because I was hurt internally, but externally a bitch was sore. Okay? My toe was hurt and my face was hurt and my body was sore. It's like I was like literally somebody beat the shit out of me. I was crying because I just didn't know. I was crying because I didn't know what I did to deserve that. I was crying because I just didn't know what happened to me and the fear of the unknown. I was crying because I didn't know if this could happen to me again. I was crying because I didn't really want to know what happened to me. I just was crying for so many different reasons. And as much as I wanted to confide in somebody, as much as I wanted to just let loose and just let somebody see me in that raw emotion, when I spoke to people, I couldn't verbalize anything. Like, I couldn't say anything. I just knew how I felt, and only I know what I'm feeling. So it was really hard to just express it. It took a very, very long time for me to turn my pain into power. So I feel like that taught me that, for one, to be a bit more aware and to just give a fuck enough to not put myself in situations that can end up like that if I can help it. It also taught me that I feel like as Black women, we're always expected to be strong. Like, y'all know, y'all always hear the Black strong woman or the strong Black women. And sometimes we not strong. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we can't keep it together. And I feel like the doctors and the nurses was telling me to calm down because they're so used to us masking what we're feeling, masking that fear. Oh, we just, because, a lot of times we be scared, but we just still have our game face on, ready to just confront anything that comes our way. But I couldn't really do that time. I was very, very vulnerable, and I just was naked, literally just naked. So, I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm just so grateful to be here, to be able to tell my story, and to be able to help somebody else with their decision making going forward. Everything that was broken got fixed. Spiritually, I'm still not 100%, but physically, my face cleared up beautifully in like 2 weeks. My toe is healed. My scars and scrapes on my body are gone. And I'm just grateful to just be here, to be able to share my story and not be judged or ridiculed, because shit happens to the best of us. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that this kind of, helped y'all or taught y'all a lesson that it taught me, because baby, okay, that was a lesson. That was one of the most valuable lessons I learned, or a valuable experience that I've been through in life. And it really had to hurt me spiritually and physically for me to learn. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be back soon. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all later.